And we are underway. Draw won by the Scorpions. Played in deep by Eric Thompson, and he gives chase along with Vinny Prospel. Now Prospel feeds it over to Thompson. Fed back into the slot, but nobody home for Tampa. Dumped into the zone, controlled there by number 66, Joshua Coro. Played out to neutral ice, where it's stopped there by Nathan Hilzendigger of the ESMARK Stars. So we got a stoppage of play, 16 minutes and 15 seconds. Remaining in period number one. We play two halves of hockey. The second period divided into two even segments. We'll get into that as time approaches, but right now Tampa holds it in. McConnell wraps it around the end boards, trying to get it down to Peter Morgan. ESMARK gets it out to neutral ice, but it's taken there by Brennan McDonald. Tipped in the zone by Vanderlat of Tampa. McDonald at the point, wraps it around the end boards. Getting there first for ESMARK is Hilzendigger, number 59. Played into the zone. Lots of speed from both these teams, and there's a broken twig. Down below me. That shot off the stick of number 76, Nicholas Rittenhouse. Had a little mustard on that one. Played along the boards, intercepted at the blue line, and held in for ESMARK. Nobody home in the face-off circle area, so here comes Tampa Scorpions bringing out that snap, centering it, trying to get it to Collins. Broken up, however. ESMARK brought it out to neutral ice, passed it out to neutral ice, excuse me. And now onto the stick of Nicholas Coretta. Played by Tampa in the white uniforms with the black letters, red trim. And now ESMARK gains the zone. They're wearing the road dark uniforms with red numerals and white trim. It's Ruda. He fires a shot that gets blocked by Ethan Webb. That shot off the stick of number 23, Yeramchik, went well wide. I'm not familiar with these rosters at all, folks. You're going to have to forgive me. So if I absolutely butcher your friend or neighbor's or son's name, please I accept my apologies in advance. Some of them I can take an educated guess with. As play continues, backhanded into the zone off the stick of ESMARK's Brown, number 17. That one I'm pretty confident I can get. Bodies come together down here in front of the visiting team penalty box. Meanwhile, carrying it in the zone was Murphy for Tampa. Now ESMARK trying to escape the defensive zone, played along the boards, held there. Three Tampa bodies bunch up. That shot from number 44, Brown, for Tampa. Leg patted aside easily by the goaltender, Nico Pedro. Jacobs dumps it in on net. Steered aside by Marcus Afaro. In net for Tampa. Backhanded out to center ice. And no further. Schipperle almost collided with Coro. And icing called on ESMARK. But again, just in case, I won't belabor the point, but in case you're not familiar, there is the sin for icing is the faceoff comes back into your own defensive zone. The icing team, however, does not have to keep tired players or that line out there. They are allowed to change. So the difference there from hockey as you may be used to. Those familiar with NAPHL are probably used to that as a broadcaster. It's taking me a little bit to get used to seeing the changes happen like that. Big hit on Vanderlat by the ESMARK defenseman. Actually, I believe that was Andrew Murphy, a forward, on the back check there with that hit. Here's Morgan gaining the zone as he was going 1-on-4. Still managed to keep the puck free, then turned over in the zone. Murphy gets the return feed. Fed back out to neutral ice for ESMARK. Tampa quickly gets it back into their offensive zone. 10 minutes and 49 seconds. Big hit on the end boards there. It's McDonald, the defenseman, pinching all the way in. And giving chase for ESMARK was number 97, Antonio Benato, with a big burst of speed to get that shot off. Just went off the outside of the goaltender's glove on a good scoring opportunity for ESMARK. Played across in the Tampa defensive zone, no further than the ESMARK blue line. Controlled by ESMARK, played across. Quick snap pass, trying to get it up for... It's Morgan going the other way. His shot leg padded aside by Nico Pedro, who had to be sharp. Morgan is not big in stature, but he has a lot of speed. And we have a first penalty of the contest coming up. Referee with his hand in the air. We've got an elbowing call. So, going to have a seat in the sim bin is number 23, Роман Еремейчик. So the draw won by Tampa Storm. Bodies in back in behind the end line. Jeremejeff. 2 minutes for elbowing. So a minute 40 of power play time remaining for Tampa Scorpions. Picorni with the shot. And Tampa scores. The goaltender looking up at his defensive mates. He was at the bottom of the pile. So Tampa strikes first. 9:19 remaining. And in the scrum? I'm not exactly sure, so I'm going to wait for the official scoring. Okay, and the goal was Philip Vanderlat unassisted on the power play. So Vanderlat for Tampa. For Vanderlat, his second goal of the tournament, gives Tampa the lead.
A power play goal scored by number 19, Philip Vanderlat.
Vanderlat.
And also to number 15, Peter Morgan.
Okay, now they are giving assists.
Power play from Picorni and Morgan. Time of the Tampa goal, 7 minutes, 41 seconds of the first period.
Okay, so that was Vanderlat from Picorni and Morgan. Puck shot out of play off the boards. So another stoppage of play with 8:31. Tampa Scorpions on top. On the power play goal from Vanderlat, his second of the tournament. Draw won by Tampa. Skating with it is Morgan, who picked up an assist on that goal. Morgan in offside, so easy for ESMARK to get it out to neutral ice. Bringing the puck across was Justin Adamski. Now Tampa controlling. Almost intercepted by Adamski. Now Vanderlat in. Fed it over to Connor Reed. Reed, number 13. Back out to the point underneath the stick of Vinny Prospal. Now, if that name may sound familiar to you, yes, that is the son of the former NHL defenseman drafted by Philadelphia. Icing waved off. So a couple of ESMARK players collide, giving Tampa the opportunity to get it up to center ice onto the stick of Jacob Schnapp. Big hit on McConnell by ESMARK's Wesley Scott. Scott backhands it up, played out to neutral ice, giving chase is Nathan Hilzendigger for ESMARK. The Scorpions get it back out to neutral ice, then it's dumped in as they head for a change. All except for Vanderlat, who picked up the goal. Waved into the zone by ESMARK's Holdrich Virag. He fanned on that, but the puck had enough momentum to get into the zone. High off the glass. Vanderlat controlling for Tampa. Skates around behind the net, feeds it into the low slot, nobody home. Actually, Ruda was there. Stefan Ruda was there. But he fanned on the shot, allowing ESMARK to clear the zone. They took it down the length of the ice and scored. So ESMARK ties it up at 1. And As I was checking my roster, I missed the goal. So I'll give it to you as it's announced. The problem with being unfamiliar with the rosters. And again, my apologies, folks.
ESMARK Stars goal scored by number 68, Ulrich
Virag.
With the assist to number 14, Andrew Murphy. That's Virag from Murphy. Time of the goal, 10 minutes.
Virag from Murphy.
Of the first period.
All the way around the end boards, out to neutral ice comes the puck. Playing it for ESMARK was number 44, Webb. Puck loose, scored from his knees. Backhanding it over the shoulder with the goal, and ESMARK on top. And it looks like it's going to be Carretta. And it was Carretta from Murphy to give ESMARK the 2-0 lead.
ESMARK Stars goal scored by number 26, Nicholas Carretta. With the assist to number 14, Andrew Murphy. That's Carretta from Murphy. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 43 seconds.
Carretta from Murphy to give ESMARK the 2-1 lead. Puck out at neutral ice as Vanderlat got his stick up on ESMARK's number 81, Gavin Morrison.
Tampa Scorpions penalty to number 9.
Draw won by Picorni.
2 minutes for tripping. That's McDonald, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 17 seconds of the first period.
Out to neutral ice. Morgan got underneath Scott, but Tampa controls, getting it onto the stick of Morgan. Played back down. Now here's Reed looking, fires a shot right into the belly of Andrew Murphy from ESMARK. So ESMARK gets the puck in the Tampa defensive end with 1:32 remaining in a very quick first period. Tampa wraps it around the board, stopped at the point, held in there by ESMARK's Thomas Krukovsky. Teeing up a big slap shot from the right point.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left to play in the first period. Cross ice pass. Loose puck in the slot, covered up, sticks up. Virag was having the stare down with a defenseman from Tampa. Wrapped around the boards, played out to neutral ice. Giving chase for Tampa is Jacob Schnapp. On the right wing, going the other way is ESMARK. Shot blocked by Joshua Coro, the defenseman. Played back up to neutral ice, 15 seconds. Dumped in off the stick of Morrison. Getting there first is Coro for Tampa. He's got Morgan open in the slot. Also had LaFrance right there. So after 17 minutes of play, locker rooms finished the second period with a fresh sheet of ice. And we are underway here in the second period. It's the long shift period for both teams. Their defending goal is on the opposite end of their respective benches. So short shifts should be at a premium. And we've got a stoppage of play. Face-off comes out to neutral ice in front of the home team penalty box. Draw won by the Tampa Scorpions. Proswell steps up on the play. Lifted out to center ice, trying to get it to Sipperly. Coro gets it to Sipperly now. The forward from Tampa, alone through the slot, slides it between the legs and into the net. Sipperly with the goal. And apparently that's the thing after a goal.
Tampa Scorpions goal scored by number 11, Colton Sipperly. The goal is unassisted, but
Sipperly unassisted.
56 seconds of the second period.
56-second mark. Shot on net, save made by the Tampa goaltender. Puck comes back down into the ESMARK defensive zone, so icing called on the play. Changes coming for Tampa. ESMARK can change if they... So the draw back in the Tampa defensive zone. Late was goaltender Marcus Alfaro. Draw one back to the point. Cross ice pass and neutral ice on the Tampa Scorpions side. Here's Brown for Tampa getting up to the home penalty box area and no further. He heads off to the bench. Prospo comes back out for Tampa. And it's Morgan gaining the zone, going 1-on-3 with his wingers trailing. Kicked free now. Played by ESMARK along the near boards. Still tied up, back in the corner. Now worked free into the face-off circle. Played out to neutral ice, just out of the reach of ESMARK Murphy. He bumps Coro into the end boards, or into the glass at the penalty box area, and then heads to the bench. Played across, onto the stick now of Collins, number 12. Gets it to Shop, whose shot got deflected wide by Blake Rossi. That shot from Shop just barely missed the far post. One Tampa player tied up for ESMARK trying to dig that puck loose in the ESMARK defensive zone. Played cross ice onto the stick of Tyler Lewiski. Coro plays it off the glass out to neutral ice into the ESMARK defensive zone, then lifted back onto the stick of Lewiski. Played off the boards, trying to get it up to Jacob Shop. Played around to neutral ice, dumped in by Morrison. 4:52 remaining. Played on the backhand by Tampa's forward, but not out of the zone. That's LaFrance, who's wearing number 9 today. Which is why I couldn't find him. His normal uniform number is 26, apparently. But sometimes repairs need to be made to the sweaters in tournaments like this. Backhand pass, 3-on-2 the other way. Good defensive play there. That was great play by Lewiski. Meanwhile, the ESMARK bench up in arms.
Tampa Scorpions penalty, a bench minor for too many men on the ice.
Too many men on the ice.
Tampa, too many men on the ice. Penalty is being served by number 24, Stefan Rupta.
Rupta serving the penalty for
4 minutes, 35 seconds, the second period.
So here's Morgan. He's got Collins with him. Fires a shot on net towards the ESMARK goaltender. Does the shorthanded Tampa forward. So ESMARK trying to get something going offensively. We are tied at 2 goals apiece. Vanderlot and Sipperly for the home Tampa Scorpions. Virag and Coretta for the visitors ESMARK. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half of this contest. Dumped in by Tampa. Out of the zone to try and kill off some penalty time, making ESMARK come back the length. Rossi dumped it around the end boards. Getting there first for Tampa was Coro. Can't get it past the bodies, though, along the side boards. Held in barely. That shot off the stick of ESMARK's Blake Rossi. Easily finds the glove of the goaltender Marcus Alfaro. Saturday Night Fever on a Monday morning. From Troy, Michigan, thank you for joining us as we are trying to determine the U18 Dixon Cup champion as part of the NAPHL Dixon Cup tournament from Troy, Michigan. ESMARK gains his own drop pass back to the defenseman on the left point. Rossi fires a shot that went off the outside of the face mask onto the shoulder of the Tampa Scorpions goaltender Alfaro. Won by Morgan onto the stick of Lewiski. Shot on net, dumping attempt on net by the shorthanded Tampa. Penalties over. We've returned to even strength hockey with 1:45 on the clock remaining in the first half of this contest between the designated home team Tampa Scorpions and the ESMARK Stars. Shot on net. Big rebound kind of given up on the clock. In a 2-2 contest. Troy, Michigan. Thank you very much for joining us on Hockey TV. Shot from the point. Hit a skate, deflected into the end boards. Where bodies go in and dig it out. Played back in deep, now onto the stick. Trying to feed it up to Murphy was Thompson. And sorry, that was Morgan, not Murphy. A little bit of a rough change from ESMARK in front of me here. We've got less than a minute remaining in the first half of the contest. Thompson taken down from behind, no penalty coming, as he lost his stick in the takedown. 40 seconds remaining. Tampa gets it up to neutral ice onto the stick of Reed. Reed brings it forward, gets past the defenseman, hit on the ESMARK player, and the ESMARK bench wanted a penalty for boarding. Not going to get it. 23 seconds on the clock as Tampa digs the puck out into the face-off circle. Good shot there. From Rapone as he played that deflection off the boards. Came out to him at his right point position and fired it on net. And we've played 2 periods. Sorry, we've played the first half of this contest.
And at the half, the score, the ESMARK Stars 2.
ESMARK 2, Tampa 2, as we've reached the halfway point of this contest.
And make sure you visit the NAPHL.
Surface the ice at halftime, and we are back underway. Glad to have you with us. Tampa tipped it out of their defensive zone to neutral ice. Shot off the stick of Thompson. And Prospel collided with the ESMARK's number 39. And that's JT Shimizi, who was not happy with the treatment he received from young Mr. Prospel. They collided, and puck goes out of play into the some of the banners hanging here in arena number 4. And one of the people in the crowd here, camera photographer, I believe, went over and grabbed that puck after our linesman had gotten one from the bench. That shot from Bill Rapone, I believe it went off the back of the leg of his own teammate on that shot on net. And that does not feel good. Alfaro had to be sharp on that, as the shot was deflected off a leg, off a skate, and then bounced onto the ice just outside the crease. And he was going without an ESMARK player being able to get a stick on it and lift it over the sprawled out goaltender. 7:07 on the clock now. Puck tied up along the end boards. That's Rittenhouse, who lost his stick in that scrum to get the puck free. Giving chase on the offense is Vanderlat for Tampa. Penalty coming up to ESMARK. Held in at the line. The defenseman takes a bump. That's Brown. And now bodies come together. Little chippy is this contest getting. Puck comes back to the point for Tampa.
Penalty to number 27, Wesley Scott. 2 minutes for slashing.
2 minutes for slashing.
Scott, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes, 37 seconds of the second period.
So the draw went back to Morgan. His shot blocked by the diving Krukowski. Coro passes over to the wingman. I'll be up on the board, on the far board side. Now over to Morgan. Morgan, his shot blocked, gets right back on his stick. Passes over to Coro. Coro, 66, looking. Feeds it back over to Vanderlot. Back to Morgan, to Vanderlot. Vanderlot tied up, back to Coro. Looks to the outside. Off a defenseman's skate. Diving play by ESMARK's Nicholas Coretta to get Shimizi free for a shorthanded scoring opportunity. Denied by Alfaro, who had 2 shutouts yesterday. Won't be getting that today, as he's already let 2 in. Shimizi with another scoring opportunity, as the Tampa coaching staff can't be thrilled that they're giving up scoring opportunities shorthanded. That shot partially blocked by Brown. And great save by Alfaro. You can see why he had a couple of shutouts is at the tournament, the opening day of the tournament. And Alfaro was equal to the task. Off the toe of his skate, flicked out that right leg to make that save there. And turnover in the Tampa zone. Fortunately, Tyler Lewinsky was able to cover that up. And icing called on ESMARK. So we remain tied as we played 2 goals apiece. 3:49 on the clock. That shot on net, gloved by the goaltender, Nico Pedro. So ESMARK making changes. Schnapp won the draw. Shot from Brown at the point. Puck goes into the ESMARK zone, where it's taken by Ethan Webb. So another stoppage of play for offensive zone. Kicked free, past Coro. Top shelf. Was that shot from Alex Singley. For Singley, that's his first of the tournament, and it's a big one as ESMARK has taken a 3-2 lead. Excuse me.
ESMARK Stars goal scored by number 19, Alex Singley. The goal is unassisted.
Singley unassisted.
Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 52 seconds of the second period.
Singley unassisted. Thompson gets bumped off the puck by Brown. Played out into the zone by Rittenhouse. Getting there for ESMARK. Now onto the stick of Thompson. Thompson feeds it across. Tape-to-tape passing. Shot on net. Frozen and covered up by the goaltender with 1:55 remaining. So Singley unassisted is currently the winner. Some Robert Teffer. And I'm not supposed to know that. Now ESMARK backhands the puck out to neutral ice, trying to get there to make the play on it. Was Bonato. That puck shot off the stick of Murphy with 22.82 seconds remaining. So we'll see if this contest continues to get more physical and chippy as the game progresses. Shot on net, steered aside into the corner by the goaltender. Loose puck cleared back out to the blue line. We've reached the end of 34 minutes of hockey. ESMARK, the visiting team, ESMARK Stars on top of Tampa.
The ESMARK Stars 3.
All right, period number 3 about to start. ESMARK Stars on top of the designated home team, Tampa Scorpions, 3-2. As we try and crown the Dixon Cup champion for 2017-18 for the U18 teams in the NAPHL. Played up to Virag. Virag fires up a slap shot just wide on the near post. Puck played with a high stick. So we've got a stoppage of play. Face-off will remain in the Tampa defensive zone. Picorni to take the draw for Tampa. Against Coretta. Puck along the near boards. Out to the blue line, but no further. Now Tampa feathers the puck out to neutral ice. Giving chase and going after it is one of the goal scorers in this contest. That's Sipperly. Sipperly gets the feed, bounces off his stick, right onto the stick of Rapone. Rapone carries it down into the end. We've got complaints on a couple of missed calls by the ESMARK bench. So as the Beastie Boys rock the house, draw one back to the left point. Krukowski drills it back in deep. Morgan takes the hip check from Krukowski. Still gets the shot off. Save made by goaltender Nico Pedro. That shot on that save made. And yet another save made by the diving Marcus Alfaro. Puck loose in the near circle. Controlled by ESMARK. That shot off the stick of Hilsendinger well wide. Puck comes back out neutral ice, and giving chase and corralling it is Krukowski. And some unhappy people. Stop to play, icing called, so the puck comes back into the ESMARK defensive zone. Schaap takes the draw for Tampa, and that's Schmizzy who took the draw for ESMARK. Played out to Tampa. No further than the back of the leg of Blake Rossi. Turned over, save made by Nico Pedro. 14 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. ESMARK looking to add to their one-goal lead as they hold a one-goal margin over Tampa Scorpions in the U18 championship contest this afternoon. We are just past the noon hour in Troy, Michigan, and glad to have you with us. Shot tipped wide, courtesy of the shaft of the stick from one of the ESMARK defenders. That puck lifted well out of play on the backhand by Schmizzy. So ESMARK makes changes. No, they're saying it went out of play from Tampa. Says the puck came out to neutral zone. So here's Schnapp. Skates with it. Tampa being very deliberately trying to get organized here. LaFrance overskates. Schnapp has it poked away off his stick. ESMARK defensively trying to get it past Collins. Can't do it. Tipped into the netting. 33 on the clock now. Puck through the left slot area. Almost slid off the stick of the goaltender. Draw one back to the point. Jacobs backhands it in deep. Held there, not allowing Tampa to get out of the zone. Or the ESMARK forwards at the defenders at the point, and forwards on an aggressive forecheck. Played in behind the net, banked off the back of the net. Off the piping there, bounces past the stick of Jacobs. There to cover up for it, though, is his partner Rapone. Played back out to neutral ice by ESMARK. Jacobs trying to feed it to Adamski. Turned over to Reed. Reed loses it, however, it was poked free of his stick. Onto the stick of the winger, going down the right wing. Drop pass, shot. Blocked before it could reach the net. Tampa. That's Morgan with the puck now. Does a deke. The defender laying out to make the play. That was Andrew Jacobs. Laying out to take away that scoring opportunity. Puck pinned along the boards. Referee urging to kick it free. Now it's finally worked free onto the stick of Coretta. Coretta has Bonetta with him. Puck tied up on the near boards. Overskating it was the ESMARK forward, so Tampa gains the offensive zone. Lifted high into the air, gloved and held on to by goaltender Nico Pedro with 8 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Webb gets his stick, and Murphy. Draw won by Coretta. On the stick of Webb. Coretta peels back, feeding it to Murphy. Cross ice pass to his defense partner. Up the wing. Open was Virag. Puck just out of his reach. Trying for a pansy between the legs shot was the ESMARK forward. Puck at the point now. Here's Webb. Plays it across the far circle. Diving attempt. Breaks up that pass. Still played at the right point across the left point for Webb. Webb loses it. Still fires it on net. Covered up by the goaltender. Thompson takes a passing shot at Webb. Linesmen get between the two of them. 7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in period number 3. And if I say MJ's playing right now, you better know who I'm talking about. Little Michael Jackson being played in the arena to keep everybody happy and warm. ESMARK with a 2-goal lead as we approach the 7-minute mark of this contest. ESMARK working in their offensive zone, back behind the net into the slot. That shot from Virag just went wide as he was looking for the hat trick. Virag gets the feed now. His shot blockered, save made by the goaltender, Alfaro. Diving stop by the defenseman for Tampa to take away that scoring opportunity. Puck played back out to neutral ice. Virag gets it onto the stick of Tampa's Morgan. Morgan, the little water bug, sneaks through. Can't get a shot on net, though, as he had his pocket picked by the longer reach of the defenseman. ESMARK making changes. Fresh bodies out. Coro tries to feed it up the side to Vanderlot. Vanderlot pinned along the boards by Singley. Out there also, number 59, Hilzendigger. So 19 and 59 out there. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining in the third period. Coro dumps it in deep. Morgan and Reed out there at forward. For Tampa. Played across. Getting there first is Hilzendigger. Hilzendigger gets it out to neutral ice, no further. A couple of players whack at it at the center ice line. Played back into the offensive zone by ESMARK. Out to the point, held in on a good keep. Setting up with a short feed and trying to feed it into the low slot. Onto the stick of Colton Sipperly. Thompson from the corner. Gets bumped. Puck comes loose into the slot. Thompson loses his stick as he collided rebound. Juicy rebound there from Nico Pedro. Just lifted back into the defensive zone by ESMARK. Onto the stick of Picorni. Turnover in their zone. The turnover in the defensive zone put the puck onto the stick of Picorni. Turnover in their zone, and that's going to do it. The turnover in the defensive zone put the puck on. ESMARK with a 3-goal lead. Still the empty net. 6 attackers out for Tampa. Wrapped around the end boards. 37 seconds left up the clock. Played into the far corner. Now work free to Morgan. Lifts it up. Thompson without his stick. Shot the length of the ice. The face-off on the icing comes back into the ESMARK defensive zone. Tipped out of play. Up. Draw one back out to neutral ice. Giving chase for ESMARK was Parker Brown. 1 second. And there are your Dixon Cup champions, the ESMARK Stars U18. 5-2 over the Tampa Scorpions. ESMARK 5, Tampa 2.
Shots on goal in the third period for the ESMARK Stars, 10